Well, I guess you now know which pen kit I'm planning on using. And I've used this pen kit before. And I kind of like it from the standpoint that it's fast to use. You just pull it out of your pocket, click it, all with one hand, and you're good to go. Now it is a little bit difficult to hold on to because it's so pointy. Now fortunately I don't do that much writing. You know, if I spent as much time writing as I do wasting time down in my workshop here, I'd be on the New York Times bestseller list. Now you'll notice on this piece here, there's a crack here, runs about halfway through. And on this piece here, it's a little bit cracked there on the end. So what I'm going to want to do is make my cut about there. And no use putting the cactus juice into pieces that I'm not going to use anyway. Makes sense to me. So, there's probably people, in fact everybody's probably wondering, why when you have this nice walnut and really nice teak, or even a whole bunch of scrap oak, you know, why am I mucking around with bark? Well, the reason is, I know I could make pens that look a lot nicer than what's going to happen here, but this is kind of fun. You know, I'm just trying to see if it'll work, so that's why I'm doing this. For instance, right now I've got some really nice stuff coming in the mail from William Woodwright. It's some kind of nice burl. I know that the pens that I make from that are going to be gorgeous. But, you know, I'm not in it to sell the pens. I'm just in this to have fun. And seeing if this will work is fun. So, what I'm planning to do is, I'm going to do one the ordinary way, the way I'm sure you've seen cactus juice done before. Put it in the chamber, suck all the air out of it while it's under the solution, and then let the atmospheric pressure push the cactus juice back into this blank. It has to stay submerged, of course. And the second one, I'm going to put it in here, and of course this will be all sealed up so it'll be waterproof. And then I'll put it in here, and I'll put the cap on. I can't do that right now because the elastic band's there. And put the cap on, and then I'll end up with about 135 pounds pressure because I'll hook my air hose onto it, and that will really force the cactus juice into this very porous material. Just an experiment. I just want to see what's going to work and what won't work. So here, let's continue on, okay? Now this piece of plastic pipe that I used in the experiment with the EnviroTest, I've taped it back together, and I'm hoping it's not going to leak. Now the idea of having that little bolt in there is so that I can put the open end of the tube on it and it'll be held a little bit higher, and that way the bubbles can float out. It's reached its maximum vacuum now, and as long as I keep the pump running, it'll stay that way. Well, just over 2 hours has passed now, and as you can see, it seems to be bubbling pretty good. However, I don't think there's as much air coming out of there as it appears to be. I think what's happening is those little tiny bubbles, by the time they get to the surface of the cactus juice, they've expanded just like maybe 1,000 times from where their normal size. So it looks worse than it really is. Secondly, I did not heed Curtis's advice. By the way, Curtis, he's the guy down with Turntex Industries who produces this cactus juice, and he gave me a lot of good pointers, and one of them was drying my wood. And I did not dry this stuff. I should have taken the extra time and done that. So I think there's a lot of moisture boiling out of there. Yeah, anyway, we'll do what we can do here.